Hi, today we are going to talk about leases and we are going to understand how we can create lease agreement PDF files completely on automation. As you can see, this is a simple lease agreement template document which I have created in a Google document. I'll be using this sample template as my source of template file from the Google document, and corresponding to this template file, I also have a Notion database where I have added some lease agreement details into the database. So what we'll be doing today is we'll be learning how we can automate the generation of PDF file for every record of this Notion database one by one, and we'll be storing the PDF file subsequently to this Notion database itself. So how will this automation work? So as you can see in this lease agreement template, I have certain fields like the landlord name, the tenant name, the zip code, and so on. All these fields that you see over here will be fetched from the corresponding columns in this Notion database one by one. So the landlord name column will be fetched from here and it will be replaced onto the landlord name part over here. Similarly, the tenant name will be fetched and it will be replaced on the tenant name part over here. And likewise, all the fields will be mapped one by one on this document from the database, and will create a PDF file record for every row of data in the database. The best part of this automation is you need to set it up once, and once it is configured correctly, your PDF files will automatically be created in this Notion database itself, and you never need to touch this Google document ever again. You just need to add the data over here, and the automation will create the documents for you. So let us get going into the automation. For this, we need to install an extension from a website known as AutoDocCreator. This is the tool which will help you create the automation. So just click on Get Automation Access to install the extension once you purchase the access to this extension. And once it is installed, you will find this AutoDocCreator extension on the top panel over here, as you can see. And once you click over here, you will find certain things like settings to be done before we start generating the PDF file. So the very first step is setting up the automation. So if you click on setup automation, it will run this script where we need to configure the automation before we start generating the PDF files. So first is we need to add a database URL. So obviously we have this Notion database available over here. Just copy this database link from the top that you see and put that URL over here. So I'll just paste that same URL by using Control V or Command V, and it will paste the URL. After this, we need an API key. Now, this API key is something which will connect the database with this automation that we are going to run. And this will be completely private and confidential to your setup. So no other user will ever have access to this key. It's just one time setup which we need to do. So click on Get API key, and it will take you to this window where you can create an API key. Click on New Integration and just give a name to the API key. So in our case, it is, let's say, leases key. So I'm just going to type leases key, and I'll just choose my workspace from here. You can give any name, of course. Click on save, and now the key has been created. Click on configure, and you can see an internal integration secret field which shows the key. Click on show, and it will show the key to you. Okay. Click on copy to copy this key, and just put that key inside this field. But before we move ahead, we need to do one more step. We need to go back to the database, click on these three dots on the top right, click on connections and click on add connection, and just type the key name over here. So we have the leases key. Click on this and click on confirm. So now my database is also connected with that key, and I have added that same key over here in this setup. Finally, what I need to do is I need to add a drive link. So I will be creating a folder in my Google Drive where I will be storing all the PDF files. So this is also required. Click on add folder. It will take you to the Google Drive link. So let me click on drive link over here. So as you can see, I have this drive link available over here, which you can see there is a folder named as Lease PDF. So because I have created this folder before in advance, so open up this folder and you can see a link on the top. Okay, so you can obviously create any folder on your Google Drive. Just copy this link which you have on the top and put it inside this field. So we added the database URL, we connected the database with the API key, we also added a Google Drive folder URL. Okay, so these three things are essential. Click on save, and it will save the configuration, and then we can go ahead with generating the PDF files once we finish the mapping. Once you click on save, a interesting thing which you can notice over here is that it automatically adds these three columns for you, which I'll be explaining in a while, and I will explain how this will help in generating the PDF file. Okay. So the configuration has been saved. Click on OK. Now it's time to map the fields from the Notion database onto the Google document. So click on Map Fields. It will automatically fetch all the properties of the Notion database and it will showcase on the right side. So what I need to do is I need to first of all map the landlord name. So what I can do is I can search for landlord name if it is available, and you can see landlord name is available. So just search for it and click on copy. It will copy the landlord name value. And let me remove this field which is there already, and I will use Control V or Command V on my keyboard to paste it. Okay, so it will map that particular field. Then we need the tenant name. So let's find the tenant name. So I just search for tenant and you can see tenant name showing here. Click to copy and remove this particular field which is not needed, and simply use Control V or Command V to paste it. So it's just copying and pasting. And then we need a zip code. So it's all one time process which you need to follow. Once it is set up, it will be automated forever. Click on copy on the zip code and I will again paste it over here, which I have. What I've done is I have quickly mapped three fields onto the Google document, fetching the properties of the Notion database on the right side. Okay, you can obviously repeat this process for all the other fields. I'm going to stop here. So once all the fields are mapped, we are all set, but we will see the magic of automation right now. So finally, we are onto the schedule automation. So click on this step 3 and you will find a window where you can schedule this automation forever. Okay, so it is asking us how often do you want to run the automation. So what I'll do is I want to run the automation every 5 minutes. So you can go to the custom mode, you can choose the minutes over here and you can type a value. So I will run this automation every 5 minutes. You obviously have other settings available. Click on save. So once you save this automation schedule, what it will do is it will check your database every 5 minutes and it will create the PDF file. Let's go back to the database. If you see this generate PDF column, you can see that there are three properties available. So if any particular row is set as ready to generate, it will generate the PDF file for that specific record. Okay. So now I have set two records as generate to PDF. So this means it will create the PDF file for these two specific records. So as you keep on adding data in the database, just set this property to ready to generate and it will automatically read that record and it will create PDF files for you. Okay. Once the records are generated, it will change the status to completed and then the records will be created. This is all that you need to do. So you never need to go back to the document ever again. All the automation is set and we have already scheduled the automation to run every 5 minutes. Okay. So we need to wait for 5 minutes and it will automatically create the PDF files over here after fetching the information onto the specific data. The best part of this automation is everything happens within the Notion database. So you need not go anywhere outside to run the automation. All you need to do is add the data, just set this property to ready to generate, and then the PDF files will be created. Okay. So it will give us a drive file link over here. It will give us the raw PDF file as well, which we can check, and the PDF files can be accessible from the database itself. So let us wait for a few seconds and it will automatically generate the PDF file every 5 minutes, and then we will see how it works. So as you can see, it has started generating the PDF file and one file has been marked as completed as we had seen, and you can see the second file has also been marked as completed. And corresponding to this, it has also given us the PDF file link, which is the drive folder file link over here, and the raw PDF file which we have on the database. This is the beauty of this automation. So if you click on this link, it will take you to the drive file link where the file is exactly stored, and you can see it has mapped these three properties what we needed to map, fetching the values from the database. Okay, so these three properties have been mapped from the database as you see. So this is fetched and the corresponding properties are mapped. And similarly, if you want to check the second file, so let's go to the drive folder and you can see it has created two files for us. And I will open up the last file, the John Doe file. This has also been mapped correctly. Okay, and let's also see the raw PDF file which has been created. So if I click on this, it gives me an option to download the file. If I click on this once again, the file will be downloaded to my downloads folder and I can view it directly live inside my downloads folder itself. So this is how this automation functions. So next time when I'll be adding a new page, I will only set it to ready to generate and it will automatically create the PDF file as per that. I will never need to go to this Google document ever again to automate this process. This is one time setup which I need to follow and the automation works every time. That's the beauty of using this automation over here. So I hope this entire demonstration was helpful to you. Once again, if you need access to this automation, just head over to AutoDocCreator. This is the website where you will get the access to this automation. Click on get automation access and you can gain access to the automation. And once you have it, you can set it up as I showed you over here. Thank you for watching this video. Have a great day. If you do want to reach out to me with any queries, you can just simply email me at notionformyuse@gmail.com, or you can just go to the contact section on this website and you can send me an email of whatever queries you might be having. I'll be happy to take up issues on this. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye bye.